All right, ladies and gentlemen, how are we doing out there? It is tonight Wednesday. Nothing special, nothing unique. Um, Sorry for not being here Wednesday. Turns out I had a late meeting, and yeah, it was either try to start early, which I didn't know whether I could actually do, or stream for like 45 minutes. And I was like, no, that doesn't work. I'm sorry. I'm a little sad though, because so I was trying to figure out exactly what we were gonna play, and it was a little bit back and forth. At first, I was like, let's just play Grand Theft Auto Online. You know, we're playing Grand Theft Auto 5 here today. You know, why not? Let's just play Grand Theft Auto Online. Even with like the 45 minutes, it seemed like it kind of fit in. But I decided afterwards to switch it up fairly late minute. But what we were gonna do is we were gonna be playing Avowed. In hindsight, I'm kind of glad we didn't, honestly, because it gave me an opportunity here yesterday to finish the story myself. I think there's definitely more game that I want to play. On top of this, there's a couple things that's bugging me. So first of all, the game is unstable, like you wouldn't believe. And it seems like it's to do with potentially the system feeling like it's getting stress put on. Like, specifically the CPU and GPU feels like it's being heavily utilized or something like that, which normally shouldn't be an issue, but for whatever reason in this case, it seems like it is. So whenever I'm reading about the crash that's happening constantly throughout the time that I'm playing, they're like, just lower the graphics, really. That's the main thing that people are talking about. I don't know whether it's an actual fix yet. That remains to be seen. But nevertheless, it's up fine. I do want to kind of see if I can figure all this out before I start playing through the game again, simply because I feel like before I had the drive of like, I gotta finish it. If I'm going back in, I'm not gonna have that same drive that I had trying to finish the first time around. So because of that, I feel like I kind of need to make sure that the experience all around is as smooth as possible. And even with my new, there it is, 5080. I need to lower the graphics, I think, to try and eliminate the issue. I mean, hopefully, if I'm extremely lucky, before I start playing my new playthrough, Avowed comes out with this fix specifically for this, and I'll be all hunky-dory to continue as I want, which is max out all the settings, 100%. I will say, I found it kind of odd, but I guess in hindsight, it kind of makes sense. I finally got NVIDIA app working for, like, optimizing game settings. I use it a lot in terms of, like, at the very least, like, a base point to go off to figure out where I should, like, set my settings to. And I found that that usually works. Either just putting in whatever NVIDIA recommends or tweaking whatever they recommend to what I want. And I think I haven't like had a one-to-one kind of comparison that I can kind of utilize. But I feel like they've changed, and yet the Avowed one hasn't really, which has made me kind of feel like NVIDIA's recommendations are based on stability much more than actual, like, what you can perform, or the game can perform. Nevertheless, I have spent so much time in the game already, and I'm excited to go back. I just need to find some time to actually sit down and do so. But, oh my god. The thing is, interestingly enough, it doesn't quite scratch the itch that's been left by Skyrim. I have been kind of feeling for a long time now that I need something Skyrim-esque, some Skyrim-like, that I can actually play and I'll enjoy. And there's been a few RPG games that's been released over times that's been somewhat close. But I feel like the majority of the time, it just hasn't really been there. And this is the first time where I'm like, this is fairly close. Like, we are close enough with all this now that it feels good. When I play this game, I don't get the full, like, Skyrim feeling, but I think it's the closest it's potentially gonna get without it being Skyrim. There's a couple things that I would kind of wish for. So within Avowed, like, specifically talking about the character customizations, you're very limited race-wise. At this time, you're either human or elf. That's it. Those are the option. And it's not like there aren't other races in the game. There are orcs. There are these, I don't know all the race names, but there are orcs, definitely. There are dwarves. There are these fishy, scaly kind of people. Not like Agonians. They're, I guess the best way I can kind of describe them, if you've watched, like, Naruto. There's the, not Orochimaru, but the other big evil ninja clan. It's been a while since I watched this. I apologize for not remembering these things. But there's the guy, I believe he's with Sasuke's older brother, who has, like, a scaly sword. And, he kind of reminds me of him. Originally, I would have potentially said, like, the guy from early on in Naruto series, the first guy you see with the sword. I think both of them were from the same land of the mist, I want to say, maybe. I don't remember. But I feel like he's much more like the guy who's with Sasuke's older brother. This guy doesn't have a sword. He actually primarily uses a pistol, which is kind of fun. That is kind of a really weird thing that I think is bugging me a little bit. It's the fact that you can have a gun. That really bugs me in that game. Because, like, whenever I played Skyrim, if there's been guns, it's been like the goofiest thing you can imagine, and it's been like, oh yeah, it's not supposed to be here, it's fun, it's stupid. The closest thing you kind of had to a gun in Skyrim would be like, I don't know, like a crossbow. This game doesn't have crossbows. It does have standard bows, but it doesn't have crossbows as far as I know. I will say, the the setup that I had in my last playthrough was kind of like a heavy ranger is the best way I can describe it. Like I loaded up for like the heaviest things by like having the heaviest armor in the game and having a great sword. And then secondary weapons is a bow. I actually really like that system that like you have two loadouts you can quickly switch between. So if you know that you have a tendency to, for example in my case, to switch between a sword and a bow and arrow, then this setup is great. It's not perfect. I feel like it would have been even better if you can have a few more loadouts, but I get it. Like, you also got to play this controller. It's going to be difficult to kind of set that up in a way that actually works, especially also because you have other abilities in the game. It's not like Skyrim where, like, your special abilities are shouts, and you just have a shout button, and you select under, like, you select what shout you want to use under your magic tab. In this case, it's called godlike abilities, and they're not the only powers you kind of have. You also have your companion abilities, and all those sort of combine with yours, as well as kind of like throwables is another one. All of them are compacted into this big wheel, and there are shortcuts to utilize. For example, throwables a bit easier, and then I feel like you can like select a few main kind of abilities from between you and your companions that will kind of like be shown. Either way, I do kind of like that system. I feel like the spells are kind of weird because you can use both like spells from books and use wands. It's really weird. Like the book ones I kind of get, and I think I actually kind of prefer that over like the way it works in Skyrim. It kind of makes sense that you would perhaps need like a book. So I'm in my mind, I'm like, okay, I like that. That's really cool. But the wand really doesn't fit in there in my mind. And from what I can understand, like, unless you're doing a build, like a wizard build or a witch build, whatever you want to call it, where you're using a wand, it doesn't really make sense, as if it sounds like the books are better. It sounds like if you're comparing it to Skyrim, they're kind of like the scrolls you can come across, where like you basically don't use, or in Skyrim I don't think you use any of your like magic ability at all. But they're like one-time use. In this game, I think like the books are unlimited use, and if they use any essence, which is the magic, it's very little. That is actually like I have like a big list of notes for when I'm playing through again, and one of these sections I have are tips and tricks, and I'm reminding myself to keep spell books from the beginning. In my last playthrough, I didn't get rid of spell books. I kind of just put them away, feeling like I was going to perhaps get to them, and I just never did. And I'm finding now that was kind of a mistake. The thing is, so when you explore the world of Avowed, there are, of course, a lot of secrets, and some kind of require different abilities in order to go further into these secret areas. Or like find a chest behind a wall, for example. Now, I think it might be the backstory that I chose, like it was a warrior or something like that I chose, that allowed me to like smash into a wall or something like that, and that's how I could open those. Those are a thing of like, they're that isn't the way forward, like the main one. If it is, it's a secondary one, but usually it's just like a way to some secret hidden stuff. But there are also like spider webs is another thing. And then there are these like electric panels, kind of, where you have to use lightning on. And then you also sometimes are being asked to cross water. Sometimes there's electricity in the water too, but the idea is then you use ice to create platforms. Now the wall, you are, to my understanding, actually able to do one of two things. In my playthrough, I just bashed through the walls whenever I saw them, but you can apparently also use the grenades that are in the game. Those, weirdly enough, I don't have an issue with. Like, the guns, they're like, what? No, this doesn't fit in here. The grenades, no problem. Go nuts with the grenades. I don't know, that's real weird. The spider webs require fire. And if you have Kai, who's one of the companions on your teams, he has a special ability to get rid of them. What I didn't know in my playthrough was there's actually, at the very least, 2 ways you can probably get rid of it without him on your team. The most basic way is there are these, I don't know if they're fruits, something like that. That are kind of like, I don't know, I don't know what the right word would be. They're kind of like if you had fire in a magic ball, and when you threw that magic ball, the fire erupted from the ball, or it ignited from the ball. I don't know how you want to describe it, but you can have something like that. I think it's called Magron's Fury. You can use that instead of Kai's ability. You can also use the magic book. One of them does allow for fire spells. Those can also do that thing. Then there is the electric panels. Those require electricity. Now that's one of the other companions, Gyata. She has like kind of like a staff thingy. That's her main thing to kind of do. But like with the with the web, you can use, there is a throwable. In this case, it's called Electric Lily Seal. Or you can use the electricity spell. Both of them work to utilize to activate those panels. And then finally there is when you need to cross some water, whether there's electricity in there or not, when you need to like freeze it. I did know about the throwable in this case called the Eye of Rumgrund, something like that. Those I were aware, because that was actually something I learned quite late. It was kind of fun. There's this part where you have to go speak to a lady who can look into your soul and read your soul. And the way you have to get to her, you have to cross a bridge that's broken. And it really confused me, because I had no sense of, like, what am I supposed to do here? The very first time I went through there, no clue. And I end up, like, finding a way where I can, like, jump across some mountains on the side where you are definitely not supposed to, like, track across. Like, it was not meant at all. I broke the game a little bit trying to get over there, but it was really, really fun. I then learned later on, when the game kind of forced me to learn it, where I was like, it was given this, like, it was called the Eye of Rumgrund, that I could throw it in the water and he created this platform, and I was like, oh. When I restarted the game over, because I did a second playthrough, which is the first one where I actually finished the game, going back to that lady who looked through your soul, I knew instantly, was like, all right, I gotta throw this thing in the water, and easy peasy, I was across the water. There is supposedly also an ice spell that kind of does a very similar thing. So that's actually really cool. One of the interesting things there was in the game that I learned afterward as well is resources are incredibly limited. So in Skyrim, they kind of respawn, and therefore, like, per se, there are like an infinite amount. But in this game, it's very limited. You get resources one of three ways, I believe. Either you find the resources on someone's dead corpse, or you purchase it, or you break down different pieces of gear, whether it's weapons or armor, to get the gear you need to upgrade. One thing I did learn was it's incredibly important to break down gear, but it's even more important to break down the right gear. If the gear if the gear doesn't provide the smithing items that you need, then you shouldn't break them down. Actually, you should sell it, because there's another part of this, which is the fact that money is also a limited resource in the game. The best way, funny enough though, is to do bounties, but you do get a bit of money selling stuff. So essentially, like, when you're going about trying to break your stuff down, make sure to read up on, like, because you can see what crafting materials you get from breaking down gear. So make sure to read it. And this also includes breaking down, like, unique items as well. Like, the basis kind of is that you need to kind of very quickly figure out what kind of build you want to go with. I feel like the first game around, you're kind of forgiven, but truth be told, the game doesn't really care whether it's your first or 10th time doing this. So you have to figure out very quickly what kind of setup you want to roll with, what weapons you want to utilize, what kind of armor type you want to utilize, and you want to stick to it, because one of the other things is you shouldn't buy weapons or armor at all. Weapon or money should be primarily used for buying crafting materials and lockpicks, because another thing is the lockpicks, they're used for unlocking chests in the game, but unlike Skyrim, where there's like a whole mini game, this game just, like, depending on what the contents of the chests are, will require more or less lockpicks in order for you to be able to kind of get what you need in there. I'm fully with it, honestly, but it's kind of a lot. Trying to see if there was something else I'd written down. So there are 4 companions in this game. There are Kai, Marius, Gyata, and Yatzil. And it's debatable, but it sounds like pretty much the best ones are Marius and Gyata. Marius has an ability that allows you to see hidden treasure, which can be really useful, because one of the other things is, if you see something, grab it. I haven't confirmed this, but it sounds like the only thing that'll add to your carry weight is actually, like, weapons and body armor. Anything else doesn't add to it, and because of that, you can kind of carry infinite amounts of food. So that is really, like, I need to check that out, but if it's right, that's really, really, really good. One of the other things is, if you're in a whole adventure collecting a bunch of stuff, in Skyrim, you would have to worry, because there's only so much carrying space, carry weight, you know. You'll fill that up. In Avowed, you can send any of it from anywhere back to your party camp and grab it later. And even better is the fact that you can teleport to your party camp from anywhere, and then once you're done there, you can teleport back to exactly where you were. And this includes, like, let's say you're on a mission. The idea is, like, let's say you go up against a really difficult boss, and before you go anywhere, you want to quickly go back, heal up, maybe upgrade some stuff, or maybe you want to do it right before. Instead of having to then go all the way back to where you were, the game just allows you to teleport right back, and that adds a lot of benefits for you. So you really got to utilize it. So just grab literally everything and then break down what gives you the right crafting materials for the things you need for your build, and sell whatever you do not need for your build, essentially. Let's see. Was there anything else? It's worth noting that the camp also heals. So if you got your ass handed to you after a fight, or in a fight, just afterwards, teleport back to party camp and then teleport back to where you were. Pretty cool. I will say one of the really, really interesting parts about the game is that it isn't the case, unlike usually where there's the game's endings are really unique from my perspective. I haven't witnessed anything like, maybe there are plenty of the games who does it, but I feel like generally speaking, like some games will have like one ending and that's it. Some games will have like 1, 2, or 3 endings, things like that. If you're lucky, like there'll be several different ones. I think Cyberpunk has like, what, 5 or so? And in my mind, that was a lot. But the way this game does it is insane. There are several choices that lead you into a sequence of an ending. Kind of think of it as like almost like a slideshow, and the slides are put in based on your actions. I guess so for example, there is a guy you'll meet fairly early on whom you chase down in the first big city you go to. Once you're at the end of that whole thing, you have an option to let him go, ask him to turn himself in, or just kill him right there. All those 3 options have different outcomes. On top of that, there are more things to it than that, because when you're I'm trying to think of a good way of describing this, because I also don't want to spoil anything for anyone who hasn't gotten this far, but I guess I can. So in the end, there is a final last big choice to be made, which will also affect the different end sequences that will be shown to you. And this part of like hunting this guy down and choosing what you want to do with him, those last dialogue options will have an effect on which one of the sequence you get, on top of there's no good way of describing it really. You get like 4 different options in the end to choose something, and those combined with the choice you made of either freeing, killing, or having himself turn in will give you a sequence in the ending based on those choices. So I think so you can do 3 of those, but some of them are combined. But I think there are in total like, I'm going to say 6 different sequences based around pretty much just this guy that you hunt down, which is insane to me. Like, okay, so there are several different cards, but I've written down myself some of the things you can kind of do to get different ones. In fact, I've like listed like, if I wanted to do this as my final choice in the game, then I need to do this with this person earlier in the game. So, for example, in my case, when I come across this guy again, when I replay the game, regardless of what I pick in the final part, I have looked ahead and I'm aware what cards you get in that final sequence. And based on those, I found that, in my opinion, the best thing you can do is let him go. So that means when I play it, I will let him go, and when it gets to the final, very last dialogue option, then I'll say one final thing that'll then give me the card that I want. There's no good way of describing this, if I'm being honest. It's just kind of mad the way it works. Some of these ending cards only have like one of two requirements. So it's like whether you did A, B, C, or D. And then based on one of those four you did in the game, in a specific section of the game, you get one of those 4 cards. Some of them are a lot more complicated because it's tied to multiple things. That's what I was trying to describe with that guy that I'm choosing to like go on my next playthrough. Because essentially, like, even if you do thing A early on in the game, if you do dialogue option B, for example, in the final part of the game, then you get one version of the card for that sequence. But if you do another thing in that last part, you get a different card. It's real weird, but also really cool. But it does also mean, like, it's kind of up to you how you want to shape the end story of what happens. And in my opinion, there are definitely better versions. So a big thing as well is the villains of the game, in my opinion, primarily are a group of soldiers called the Steel Garrote. They are kind of a side army of the Aediran Empire, which you, as the player, serve. In fact, you are the envoy of the Aediran Emperor. That's a hell of a mouthful. But the Steel Garrote are essentially like an extremist group of the Aediran Empire, and they do what they deem is the right thing to do, regardless of the fact that in reality it makes them monsters. Like, there's not even like, oh, this is maybe like a point of perspective thing. No, they're fucked. They're just absolutely fucked. All those people. There's a sequence in the game where they really underline this. So, like, if you were like, when you meet the guy that you're hunting down in the city, you will get a first taste of like who these guys are. And if that doesn't really, like, at the very least make your head turn somewhat, and you'll like maybe think twice about these guys, then what they do in the next area will. I'm not gonna say what it is. You'll have to figure that out for yourself. What I will say is, what I did learn, and I'm weirdly happy that I didn't know it first time around, because it kind of gave me an option to explore the way it is if you don't do this. But you can stop them from doing the thing they do in the second zone, which is honestly really cool. Well, actually, you can limit what they can do. You can't completely stop them, but you can limit them. But that thing is kind of meant to like really underline these guys are bad. What's the worst thing about the entire thing? The worst thing is later ahead in the next zone, the third zone, second to last zone of the game, you come across their leader. Ludwig is her name. You meet her a couple times throughout the game. But one of the big things the game rolls around is what's called the Dream Scourge. It's kind of like the virus you'll see in like the Last of Us game, where like it's bringing back dead people. At least that's the way that I've come to understand it. And Ludwin believes that they can simply destroy a place in order to rid the living lands, which is where you are, of the Dream Scourge. There is a witch there. That's the best way I have of describing right now, based on my memory. She believes that she can sever some essence of the living land. I can't remember from what, but with the end goal being that it will stop the Dream Scourge. You're essentially being like, okay, the big thing that you learn about the second choice, you don't really know this witch lady enough. You do know that she's definitely odd. You get introduced to her a bit before you actually meet her, and she's insane and stupid. But she is incredibly powerful, and on paper, her options kind of seems like the most effective one. The big thing is, it requires so much essence in order to perform the spell that she's going to. And to get that essence, she's going to strip the essence of a bunch of random people and killing them in the process, which is just so fun. And they're going to do it from random people around where they are, including the big city in that area. The outcome is you do kind of put like a temporary blocker on the Dream Scourge. Like that does, at least from what I remember, kind of do a little bit, but the price is arguably too high in this instance. But the thing is, the less crazy option comes from Ludwin, who has showed herself as just insane, even more insane, and psychotic too, based on the actions it did in the prior zone. I'll get back to why I'm calling them zones, but it's just like you have this incredibly weird person. She's odd, she's weird, somewhat insane, and then you have a person who's most definitely insane and psychotic. One hand, you have the crazy lady, the witch, who will do something that is most effective of the two options, but it will require a great sacrifice. The other person, their thing won't really do that much from what I remember, but I mean, it won't do much in terms of stopping the Dream Scourge, but it it will not require that large of a sacrifice. And it was honestly, like, when it got to that sequence, it was the very first time that I ever felt as if I had to kind of like pause the game and think about the consequences of the actions that I was taking. Which was kind of crazy that they managed to get that far. But it's so fucked because they've gone ahead and told us how bad this Ludwin character is. Like, she's just rotten through the core, and yet, although her option isn't as effective, when you look at the endings of the games, it is the better of the two options. At least in my opinion. There are still some consequences. Regardless of which one you pick, there's going to be consequences for your actions. The question is, which one do you feel like you can live with the best, kind of. Anyway, we should kind of get into GTA 5, otherwise we'll never play today. But That's not the screen I wanted to go to. Yeah, it was. The reason I mentioned... There it is. The different areas as kind of zones is because the game is kind of built into different zones. There is the first zone, which I will kind of like call the grassy area. And then there's the second zone, which is a lot more foresty. A third zone that's kind of sand land, I guess best way I can describe it, desert land. And then finally there's the lava world. It's kind of because the game isn't like... It is open world, but it's more like open zones. So you can go wherever you want in this zone. I don't know whether, like, if you exit a zone and go to the next zone, whether you can come back. I never questioned that. I just kind of always move forward, so I have to try that out. I wouldn't imagine you could. I feel like they would kind of cut that zone out. It's like, you're done here, move on. But, like, you're just essentially then in that zone when you're there, and that's how it works. That zone is the area with which you're within. Yeah, we're gonna get into the game. Resume. All right. That was a lot of talking on my part. I do apologize for so much talking. Somewhat. Not that much. Is it just me, or is the camera like way zoomed out from the usual business? Yeah, it is. Wait, what? Okay, hold on. Let me check something. The gaming zone. Yeah, it's said to be... What the fuck? Okay, let me fix this. It's supposed to be 170, and it's set to 130 right now. Don't know why. There it is. And I also moved it up, I think, to like 12. Looks right. Cool. It's essentially just different like presets that I set the camera to that I can just go back and forth between. Anyway, we were about to do the heist. That's why I titled the stream as I did. I've been talking about Avowed for so long now that I'm questioning whether we'll have time to play any GTA heists. I do not know. I do not know. Although the missions, regardless, are going to be real fun today. Shut up. If I can, I don't know. I don't think I'll be able to stream this Friday. But I do want to play Avowed with you guys one of these days. So, especially now that I've finished it, I'm having like... I've had so much fun in the game. I feel like I could teach so much about the game too. Like, I am just... This mission wasn't on my schedule. Hello? Wait. Is it the one with the sun? Where you gotta go, like, cycling on the beach?
You tell me. How dare you point that thing at me? Stop with the emotions. You don't love me. You love what I represent. You love being the...
Do you even have a penis?
Yeah, it is, Jimmy.
Tricks up our sleeves, huh? Same. I'm just a nightclub singer with a broken heart.
He doesn't close his door?
Hold to yourself.
First of all, it's insane to talk like that when you live in your parents' house like that. That's insane.
God damn it. The fuck you doing? Nothing.
But
Really?
doing that with the door open, I feel like you're just setting yourself up for failure.
What? You know, go watch your linear entertainment. Go watch porn. Just go away. Shit. Fuck you! What the fuck?
disrespectful little asshole.
I can't believe you did that. That's my TV.
You don't talk to me like that.
I can't believe you. Mom was right about you. You don't know any better and you can't help it, but you're an asshole.
Yeah, well, why don't you do something then? Besides just stand there. Why don't you hit me?
Is that what you want, to be hit by your son?
Yeah. No. Want you to do something. Besides, sit there, eating.
Yeah, great. Thanks for the fucking guidance, Dad. It means a lot.
With the curtains? Bro.
I'm just trying to help you.
Yeah, well, nothing says I love you like smashing my fucking TV. Nothing at all.
I'm sorry.
Eh.
I just wish we could do things together.
Yeah, what things?
I don't know. Go for walks, play ball,
You know I have bad glands.
bike ride then.
Bike ride. You want to go on a fucking bike ride? Fine, fine. Let's go on a fucking bike ride.
Jesus. Can I say something fun? That blue
Bike ride
circle.
along Vespucci Beach. Okay, Dad. I got just the thing to show you.
The blue circle on this TV, I thought for a second it was Windows doing the whole loading
It was
circle.
going so well until you showed up. You know that?
Yeah, yeah. Get in the car. Spend some family bonding time. Alright?
Yeah, well, you're lucky to even be allowed out of the house after that boat stunt.
Yeah.
If I'm hanging with you, I'm listening to my music. Oh, hella yeah. What's the big deal? If anything goes wrong...
Yeah, I've turned music down completely, so I'm not gonna hear any of it. Sorry, it's copyrighted.
Are so unbelievably fuck-faced. Don't push me. Seriously, some guys borrow your boat.
Borrow.
You were hiding in the head crying kidnap.
Just took receipt of your property with payment pending.
If it was anything other than what you told me, then that's on you.
All right, they fucking stole it.
There you go.
Who knows what they would have done if they found me? But I didn't expect or want them to get killed.
You think I'm gonna let some guys ride off with my son?
Look, I knew you were a bad guy, but
Oh, a bad guy.
a crook, a killer, a thief, a liar.
There it is. Bro, I am
One time or another.
majestic when it comes to driving in this game.
I always thought I was the good guy.
God help the morally bankrupt planet your generation have left us if you're the good guy. Anyway, I always knew you were the kind of person who didn't let other people get away. Here we are at the bike rental place. Please,
Well, that drive
rental guy
was
how to, like,
freaking...
force a habit.
Why would I want to shoot him? I shot the guys in the boat because they were bad.
Hey, you. How are you? 2 bikes.
Take your pick.
Alright, I'm picking the exercise back.
That'll do.
Yeah, boy.
If I beat you to the end of the pier, you're buying me a new TV.
I am not. Hey, too bad. Jimmy doesn't know I've been secretly training for ages now. Front brakes and then hold to reverse. Bro, if I was majestic at driving, I don't know how you would describe my cycling. I'm not even trying that hard to win. I'm just occasionally clicking the the X button. That's it. Move it. I'm cycling on the streets with my son. Get out of my way. Come on. Stop being in my way, and I wanted to drive you over with my bicycles. It's not that complicated. Oh! Yeah, boy!
Holy shit!
Oh my god!
Oh, come on.
Bro, I destroyed Jimmy.
Looks like you're buying your own TV.
You know, this is real nice, Dad. Bonding, good times.
You're the one who won the
I'm
race.
giving it my best shot. Come on, we're having fun, right?
You wouldn't know fun if it sat on your face.
Ah, come on.
I mean, why do I have to hold your hand through this whole midlife crisis bullshit? And why don't you stick your nose up Tracy's butt sometime?
Because Tracy doesn't buy cars she can't afford, so that thugs break in our house. Tracy doesn't get kidnapped or destroy my yacht.
Well, that's just because she's too busy getting fucked by dudes to get on TV.
You don't talk about your sister that way.
Well, I'm sorry, but it's true. I mean, according to her Life Invader page, she's hanging out with producers and porno guys this afternoon.
What?
What are you talking about?
Actually, it's all happening right out there.
What?
That boat that makes yours look like a refugee raft? You know the kind of boat, the one that makes a young, impressionable girl drop her pants and spread her legs.
This is the reason you brought me here, isn't it? You fuck. Ah!
Dad, wait! Dad!
Whee! I wasn't planning on doing that. I thought I was doing all heists today, but the game had different thoughts in mind, evidently. I was getting excited. Yeah, maybe let's get some air. Considering he's a smoker, that wasn't that bad. You know, Michael, swimming is real good for you. Real good for you. You seem pretty good at it. Maybe swimming some more? Yes, there's dignity. Yeah, no, that ship has sailed. Dignity Los Santos. There it is. Gentlemen, I would like to have the word.
Thank you. I'm a dancer, yeah.
Hey, man, dude. Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Oh.
Come on, sweetheart. Take you out of here.
Dad, you're embarrassing me. These are my friends.
Yeah, you're embarrassing her, dude.
They're shooting porno here.
They shoot porno all over town. Mom rented our house to them last summer.
That was
What?
your house?
Yeah.
Man, you got a killer pad, Mr.
Isn't it awesome?
Let's go.
Those walls can talk.
You think I do it?
Hey,
No.
hey,
Shit,
ain't cool,
Daddy.
man. What are you doing? Hey!
Fuck, man. I like him.
Not too bad.
Such a jerk.
Come on!
Dad, you dumbass. These guys are serious.
Yeah, well, so am I. Close to the seat of my fucking boat! Oh, motherfuckers! Get on, now! I'm about to skin you alive!
Alright, cool.
God damn it! Go!
Oh my god, that was fast.
Shit, they're coming after us. Go into the outlet. Go away before my dad kills you.
Oh.
Oh God, look, they're shooting at us.
I cannot
Close them down here!
I cannot shoot with the controller.
TV people, celebs, serious drug dealers.
Well, since when did TV people and drug dealers start hanging out?
Come on, Dad.
Oh boy, I'm just gonna keep the driving, alright?
Back up, you pricks!
Just go, okay, go.
I'm hoping that this will work.
Buckets. If you kill us, you'll be jailed, and the Sea Shark will be impounded.
That is a good point, Tracy. That's a very good point.
Come on, let us go! Looks like this is the way out!
Yep. Bro, I have no aiming on this thing.
Back off, assholes!
Ah!
Tapping us going to solve anything.
That freaking worked. They're both gone. I'm pretty sure one of them got hit by the boat because I like weaved around it. So I'm assuming one of them crashed like head on into the boat.
Fun? Cool. See, it's okay. I'll take you back to Jim.
There it is. Easy peasy. I only lost like
No, it's not okay.
40% of my health.
Oh,
Hey, we're alive, aren't we? Those psychos didn't kill you.
psychos! Only you could get me chased out of a party with effing guns.
Yeah, huh? Well, maybe you're in the wrong fucking party.
That is a fair point, Tracy. That is an absolute fair point. Dad is making there.
I see that traitor. Jimmy!
Gimme!
You fucking asshole!
asshole, okay? He smashed my TV and he took me to the beach. The beach with my skin.
So what, you send him out to spoil my day too?
I didn't know that he was gonna come get you. I just told him where you were. You know, he got that crazy look in his eyes, you know, like he gets sometimes, and he just went.
I'm getting a cab.
Coming with you.
How about I just drive us home?
You ruined my life.
Not just yet. We're not helping them, Mike. You're definitely not helping them. Come on, 100%. Yeah! Fastest speed, 119%. A cigar, that always helps. Yeah, okay. I think it's about time we check in with Lester. I don't know if we have any... And we have Strangers and Freaks missions, but not ones that I'm interested in. There is... so we already got Patrick McCurry. So we're good on that front. There is another Strangers and Freak mission we need to do, but it's with Trevor. There's a girl that Trevor will meet on the side of the highway. We can help, and she can become part of the heist crew. And based on notes that I did a very long time ago, in terms of earning money, she could be a very good asset. So, yeah, no, it should be all good.
I need to ask you a favor, man. Wait, just hear me out. My ankle's bigger than your neck.
What? My ankles are bigger than your neck. There it is. Yeah, I've been playing so much about it, feels like the last couple days. But it's been fun. Can I grab the Audi? I would love to grab the Audi. Yep. What? There it is. Yeah, I'm just gonna roll for a couple minutes. It's fine. Beautiful. Alright, now let's check in with Lester, because he actually has some pretty fun stuff for us today. There you go. Let's see, the Udi is quite a bit faster than the other Udi that I normally drive. Ooh, bro scratched my freaking car. Well, it's not mine, so I think it'll be fine. There we go. That's another little bump. Let's see if I can make it across the park. Nice! Perfect, perfect, perfect. And full speed. Blow off the doors. No, I'm not interested in your mini heist thing. I'm good. It's gonna be fun when we get... Oh boy! When we get back to Franklin, and we get to do the sniper assassination missions, because you earn some really good money. Well, it's about how much you put down, really, in the end. But if you put a lot of money down on those, you're going to get a big return. To be fair, the only issue is that you can only use it on Franklin, because he's the only one doing those missions. Wait, no, wait, I'm wrong. I think you can switch to the other characters. After? I think it's after. I need to double check before we get there. But I think it's after you do the sniper assassination missions that you need to go purchase stocks in some company, and then those will skyrocket. If I remember right, it's not a case of you'll buy stocks cheap, you'll buy them at normal price, but they'll rocket in value still. There you go. I parked my car in your driveway, Lester. It's like, I don't have a driveway. You do now.
Fuck you, Lester. You gonna let me in or what?
Give me a minute.
I'm just gonna stare in your door for a second here.
I was wondering when you'd show up.
I was dead.
Praise be. Guess you weren't very dead.
Schlatt is live.
You need my help.
How do you know? Because you came here. Why else would you?
That's a fair point.
I haven't been a good friend for you, Lester. I know that.
And you're gonna make it up to me by doing whatever I ask. Or rather, I mean, I need something done, you need to know something, so why not help each other?
That's fair.
I gotta make some dough.
I gotta make some dough.
You're back in the game?
I love that line even more now that someone like
Look, Lester.
edited the game files to make Lester not
I know you never
appear,
mentioned my name.
and it
Well,
just
not on any
looks like
list
a,
anywhere. I know you
like
never
the caption was something like a
That's for you.
baker and
You
his
gotta figure that
like an
I never
addicted
told anyone.
baker
that instead of gently decomposing
on his
you're
day off,
angry
just suddenly getting up and be like,
in Los
I gotta
Angeles.
make some dough.
And a wife who don't love you no more.
Yeah, I'm working on that
Yeah, well,
temporarily.
like
Hey,
that.
shut up a minute. I'm getting an iFind alert. That little college boy sack of shit, phony fuck.
Who? Jay Norris?
Yes, that fuck is a lying bastard. I've read his fucking emails. He's a fucking cheat.
I heard him say that he saved America.
What, by outsourcing all the jobs? By selling us little bits of plastic restricted access shit? Well, now it's payback time, you lying turd.
The hell are you talking about?
You are about to get that white-collar gig that you always dreamed of, Mikey. Here, take this fashionably retro weird for a 45-year-old man, but I cannot let go of the 1980s bag, and dress yourself up like a billionaire math genius with low-level Asperger's. You better be ready for the minor glitch of your repulsive pseudo-messianic life.
Okay, Lester.
Get out of here! Call me when you're ready. We are about to put the Darwinism back in social Darwinism, and brother, it is gonna be fun.
You kidding me? I'm a bank robber, not a web designer.
So we'll go robbing soon. I'll find something. Just like the old days.
That's good. Camera's outside. There really isn't anything better. Alright, we'll take the broken car. There's some okay cars down there, actually. No, this isn't the all-rich fancy neighborhood. It's fine. This one's already messed up. Just let's see how much more we can mess it up. By the way, I forgot. I think it's next week on... It's on the Tuesday or Thursday, I think. It's on the 4th of March, I believe. I talked about it earlier that I had read from Rockstar that they were gonna add a lot of the like upgrades that were made for the next gen consoles, so Series X, S, and PS5. Playing the PS5 version now, but they were gonna take the upgrades that they put for those games and finally give them to PC plus a little extra. But the article that I read didn't specify a date, actually. And they finally did. They finally came out with a date. And I believe it's March 4th that they're updating GTA. They're actually doing it in a pretty cool way, which I think is what's kind of allowing them to get around some things. One thing I noticed is they released
Excuse
a
me.
new
I got this interview.
recommended spec sheet.
I'm thinking I need something, I don't know, geeky.
And
Youth.
I remember when
Lost your job and
Cyberpunk
moved
did
on,
it,
huh?
we learned that there were some rules
lose
that
my
said
job.
that if you're doing this, then you need to do it a certain amount of months before. I think it was like 6 months before. It was why we had to wait a while
What
extra
about
after it was
vested in
announced that this
cargo
was the way it
shorts?
was going to be. It was
All right.
this. There's probably more to it, but this was part of it. Yeah, that seems like Michael.
Dignity aside, I think that might just work. Good luck at the interview.
Goodbye.
Really? That's all it took? A vest? Alright. But, yeah, I remember that, and I noticed that there were new recommended spec sheet from GTA, from Rockstar for GTA 5. But I also noticed that one of the things they did that, at least I don't remember CD Projekt Red doing, was that they said they're going to keep both versions alive, essentially. I'm assuming that means also updating any like important bug fixes. But essentially, they're gonna allow you to still run the current version of GTA 5 as well as the new one. So let's say the specs of your current computer doesn't allow for the new one, but still allows for the old version, then they want to make sure that you can still play GTA 5. But if you have newer hardware, actually you don't even need super new hardware. I checked the recommended spec sheet and they weren't like too crazy. But in that case, like,
Hey.
yeah, you can fairly easily run the new stuff.
PM's pushing for more functionality.
Wait, hold
We're
on.
maxed. I mean, if anything, we have to strip features, especially if we plan on releasing a fully priced update a year later. Oh, my, you know, it's...
Yeah, well, you gotta do what you gotta do, you know?
I mean, we're talking beta in Q4, maybe Q3. Look, milestones are one thing, but when design is changing its mind seemingly overnight, there's not much you can do about it. You know what I'm saying?
My union allocated
I understood everything that man said.
Wait a minute.
I don't know if I've ever done that.
Yeah,
PM is product manager.
IT temp,
The
right?
PMs,
Yeah.
You know,
product
you
managers.
gotta do something for me.
You
Son-
gotta put it in a ticket.
So he's a coder, yeah.
I'd like to keep this one out of the database, if you know what I mean.
I don't know if I've ever tried that before.
I'm turning consultant when
I remember like
consulting
understanding more
consulters.
what he said last time I played this, which I think was like last year. I think I finally like fully understood everything he was saying.
Marcus will be right out.
Oh, I'm gonna take a normal chair. I have a terrible back.
Oh boy.
Here you go. If you guys let me use the OS I requested, this wouldn't be a problem.
This is a filthy hard drive, bro. Got any antivirus software?
I think so. Behind this junk on the left.
Ah shit.
An NSFW link, bro. Bit me on the ass.
Yeah, not safe for work, huh? You know, my son's computer runs into the same kind of problems. I'll close the pop-ups, see what I can do. And now
Nice.
we scan. Scanning.
Might I
Six-figure
tempt you with
attempts.
some organic chow or a fair trade Java?
And that should do it.
Oh boy.
Why don't you try and keep things strictly safe for work from now on?
Hey, have you seen the prototype in the demo room? When Norris announces it at the keynote, minds are gonna blow.
Yes, they are.
When we go mobile, we'll be able to track all their movements. We'll know everything.
I understand more what's going on here than I've ever in my life. It's so weird. And Q3, Q4, that's like financial quarters. Quarter one, quarter two. It's another way of like representing the year.
Oh, nice.
I don't fully like know off the top of my head when the different Qs are. I think we're in Q1 still. We might be getting into Q2 though soon.
Dude, when it blue screens again, you're my guy.
Bye.
It didn't blue screen before, at least not from what I saw. You just got a shit ton of pop-ups.
Sit. Foot bang, dig fast. Ow!
Also, I gotta say, if you're like a coder,
You're gonna have to learn the foot bag if you want to get a job here, okay?
I
Follow
feel like
me.
you would know more.
Oh.
Like one thing, if you're like,
A-hole drank my effing hemp milk. There was a totally non-passive aggressive note on it.
there is like okay, so technically I do code. I can code CSS and HTML.
Literate effing C's.
But I wouldn't necessarily call myself a coder in that sense. But even still, like I'm fairly vigilant on what I do on that computer. And I can't imagine I ever
Hey, Michael, hold on.
be anywhere near the situation. I know this is a satirical game.
The thing's in the prototype.
It's not meant to be
I'm going home to watch
realistic.
the keynote.
Teabag time, my friend.
Did you hear
So
me?
close. Oh! I shouldn't have clicked that button! That's the door! Hold on, I need a quick ride home. Get out.
Oh no!
You're coming with me, buddy. We're gonna watch Jay Norris's head explode.
Holy shit!
Come with me, and you'll be in a world of pure imagination. There you go. Have a good day, sir.
Oh my god, you guys are so lame!
Out.
No! I'm watching Fame or Shame!
Tough fucking tits.
No!
Give it up.
The finals continue with Shemale Mime.
You guys are going to the finals.
Mimes on fire.
Ladies and gentlemen,
There it is.
please welcome Mr. Jay Norris to the stage.
I gotta be honest, I don't think we're doing high stay.
Hey, this company has come a long way since we started it in my parents' pool house in East Caraway. Today, you're about to witness a new phase. Full-on, weapons-grade, red alert, world domination.
Oh. I think that's good.
We have put 1 billion people's private data in the public domain, and
What?
we have milked every penny we could in the process.
Uh-huh.
And we have one of the youngest workforces in the world. An average age of only 14.4 years. That's not just impressive, it's revolutionary.
Peak pride populate.
Today, right here, we're about to make the next step. Prepare to witness the future.
That's insane.
The Life Invader mobile device. Yes, we've invented something no one else has ever thought of. A small, personal, computerized device. Now you're going to be able to stay docked 24/7. On the bus, you can dock. On the subway, stay docked. You can be docked in at home, and at the same time, you're docking with some kids at the public pool.
Hold on.
Oh, hold on a second. I think someone's trying to dock with me. Hello?
Oh, Jesus! Whoa! Let's. Whoa!
Oh my, that was hefty. Mission time, bad. Pop-ups clear, not good. 50%. Michael can change. Nah, that's fine. Oh, he's still here. He just got out. Come on, we're heading back up to Leicester.
Lester, that was heavy. You watching the news?
I don't have to. I'm watching the markets. I'll be trading pure alpha till close.
All right. Hey, about that
I have
other
to assume
thing.
that's a stop.
You know the score.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Let's do it. Put on a suit, look somewhat professional, and meet me at my warehouse off the LS freeway. Oh, and I'm about to email you a link for the exchange. You can put in some trades of your own.
I'm trying to stay off the day trading. But maybe I'll take a look.
Oh, that's not a good thing to say back to back.
If you need me.
Holla at me if you need me. You think I can just wear the nice jacket up top? Yeah, that's fine. I think I'll do.
I can tell you have good taste.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Bye.
I will say, if I could...
Hey, sorry.
If I could, I think I might prefer to give Michael like a mustache. I think if I'm being honest as well, I feel like mutton chops or something like that would probably fit Trevor. The beard I like on I don't mind the beard on any one of the guys, but I feel like it might fit best on Franklin. Oh my god. I'm just causing pure chaos. There it is. Oh, sorry about that. Oh, he got angry at me.
Don't touch me!
Oh boy.
You don't have to call to tell me that.
Not you! The Dieter Sack store detective! There's been a misunderstanding.
I know
need
where
you to
she
help
is.
Clear it up.
Oh, now you want me. All right, I'm coming.
The one phone call rule is for real worthless turd.
Yeah, I know where she is. That's fine. I'll go pick her up. Don't worry about it. But it'll come in like a completely beat up car. Oh! Oh my god. Oh my god. I'm just causing pure panic. Oh, sorry about that, bro. I do apologize. Move, sir. Get out of my way. I am on my way to help my lucky little lady. She actually wasn't exactly where I thought she would be. Just a little further down the road. Officer, nothing weird going on here.
You had that opportunity.
I said get off me, you stupid bastard!
I told you, she's a biter.
Gentlemen.
Get out of the car.
Okay, hit the gas. Let's go.
Jesus.
Go, Michael.
Don't worry. I know what I'm doing.
Go, 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 go!
Relax.
Wait.
I got this.
Hello? No seatbelt?
Working on it, lady.
Want to go to prison?
Don't worry. I know what I'm doing.
They're coming, Michael!
I'm on top of it.
Come on, come on, come on!
Chill out. It's under control.
Drive, Michael!
I'm good.
I know what I'm doing.
Is that it? Are they gone?
Of course they're gone. Who are you talking to? Come on, back to the house.
Great! Real inconspicuous! Don't say it!
What?
I have everything I want, so why am I stealing it?
Oh, my lips are sealed.
Because if you say that, I'll say the same to you!
I'm not saying anything. I'm just doing my best to keep us out of jail.
Where are you going?
Going
Who
home.
are you to judge me?
Oh, I'm not judging? No, not at all.
You're loving this, aren't you?
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah, risking prison, getting shot at, love, love, big love.
Hey, the car is still
This
there.
is what it's like to be you.
Not really.
Get out of the car, Michael. It can't stay in the driveway. Oh, and yeah. Thank you.
Oh, thank you. Thank you for saying thank you.
Anyone want to pour Daddy a whiskey?
Leave the cop car in the garage. I highly doubt it'll stay there, but it'd be kind of fun if it did. And someone took my car back and repaired it. Appreciate it. Ooh, modify the car. Oh! I'm not really seeing that magnificent driving anymore. I don't know what happened to it. Must have left it back home with a wallet. Officer, sorry, I don't have a license to show you today. I left the license at home. Now, how are you going to disprove that I don't have a license? I have a license. How are you going to attempt to do that? No, sir. Without a license, you can't prove that I don't have one. It's like, sorry, I can just look you up in the system. Is there really no trouble at all? Can you now? Well, how would you know the information is accurate? What if I were to have hacked your server not too long ago? Easy, easy. It's like child's play. Let's see if he accepts my lovely bloody suit. There's a little blood on my face? Nope, just the shirt and my back.
The hell is this place? Garment factory. I needed a job that didn't require me to do anything apart from paying taxes.
All right.
Okay, listen. What do you got?
The Holy Grail, the Union Depository. Now they say it cannot be hit. Hasn't been yet.
Look, I just owe some Mexican hood a couple $1 million because I wrecked his girlfriend's house. I don't need to go crazy here.
Which Mexican?
Martin Madrazo.
He's not supposed to be very nice.
Oh, when I met him, he was charming. What do you think?
Oh, let's see. Either we hit a bank in the sticks or we do a store. Which do you like?
Well, store's usually easier, but I gotta make a big take.
Well, gems it is then. Let's go to Vangelico, buy ourselves an engagement ring.
Oh, we're gonna need a crew. I can round up some of the old guys.
There are no old guys. Moses, ironically, he found Jesus. All those Irish crazies, they mostly just disappeared. That crew from the south, they all went down. There was an Eastern European making moves in Liberty City, but he went quiet.
It was Nico, by the way.
All right.
I think it's fairly confirmed at this point that they were trying to reference Nico.
I've been working with
Eastern
someone,
European
but
guy
they're too unpredictable.
in Liberty
I'll
City.
have to reach out to some
How
other
many other
guys.
people it could be? There it is. Lester was climbing in while holding down the handbrake.
Your FIB buddies, they know you're back in business?
FIB buddies? What are you talking about?
I checked out the WPP thing. Doesn't look like any WITSEC program I'm aware of. Well, for starters, they don't put witnesses up in multi-million-dollar mansions in Rockford Hills.
Well, maybe they thought this would be the best cover.
And most witnesses don't transfer five-figure sums into a particular FIB agent's bank account every month. Of course, the money gets moved around and washed through a number of fronts, but the trail is there. Deposits and withdrawals, the same sum every month. Agent Dave Norton, white, middle-aged divorcee, unremarkable career, except for one incident. The shooting of a notorious stick-up man, Michael Townley.
Yeah, all right. Lester, I'm very impressed.
Look, we can talk about this another time. Take these glasses.
My eyesight's fine.
They're fitted with a camera and a radio.
They're metal Ray-Bans. They'll make you look extra stylish while hiding a camera for you to film people. Don't worry, we put a red light on there. It's not like you can mark it over or put some tape over it. No, people will know when you're recording.
Let's get this done.
The door I just left open. No, I'm not gonna open it.
Okay, we need shots of the security features, the alarm system, ventilation, cameras.
Hey, you!
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Keypad is on the left when you come in, on the wall by the side door. Glasses are live, shoot away.
Hold on. I can do a good one. You're supposed to be able to do it in like one shot. Thank you. Not necessary, but thank you.
Shots come through. Camera check. Alarm check. Vents check. Good work. Now
Open the door, sir.
and see if there's anything else we need to know.
I need to exit. You know what? I'm good in this door. I'm good. I'm just going back and forth, having to open and close the door.
Well, one of them.
Sir, I'm sure we can help you. Tell me about her. What's her taste?
Cheap. Thank God. This ain't my wife we're talking about. I don't know. I don't want to spend too much. I'm thinking maybe 10 grand?
Our rings start at 8, our pendants start at 12.
All right. So these things built to last, or am I just paying for the Vangelico logo here?
No. We use perfect clarity jewels.
Mm.
18 karat gold, 950 platinum. Nothing but the best.
All right. I think you just made a sale. I'm gonna take a look around, think about it, come back to you, baby. Don't go anywhere.
I understand.
Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, I'm just gonna go what?
Come back to me.
Well, actually, I want to stay in the store a little bit more, sir. If you want to close the door. Actually, you know what? I think I'm ready to head out. Right on head.
Have a wonderful day.
Yep. You know what? I'm gonna stick some more in the syrup. Actually, sir, could you open it back up for me? I think I'm ready to leave. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna stay in the store a while longer. Just there's this ring I opened.
We don't want to draw attention.
And sir, you didn't even open the door for
So,
me.
we good?
I need to get eyes on the roof of the building. See where the ventilation comes out.
Yeah, but I need to get in the car for that. Sorry, I couldn't resist just messing with the guy. Going,
Any longer, you're risking blowing this whole thing.
bro, I'm right.
Drive us around the block. We gotta find a way up to the roof.
I think it's right here. Yeah.
Look, there. Some construction.
Yeah, if they're gutting the place, I might be able to get to the roof.
There you go. Just park in the middle of the entire road. That's perfect. It was so much fun just seeing him like constantly close and open. It seems as if like he was the only one able to open that right door, because when I walked into it, it was like solid.
After the incident?
I kept tabs on him for a while. Needed to know that he didn't blame me.
Yeah, where'd he go?
North, south, east, west, wherever there were liquor stores to turn over and hitchhikers to disappear.
I'm on the roof.
All right, use the glasses to get me a shot of Vangelico's roof unit. It'll be right above the store.
There it is. Well, I am speed running this rooftop.
Hey, I see the vents.
Yeah, I'm looking at the relay. Can you get any higher?
Yep.
Pulled up a satellite image. It looks like the highest point is on the northwest side. Get a shot from there. Right, you're well placed to take the photo of the system now.
Yeah, I was trying to. The game wouldn't let
That's
me.
it. Take the shot and we're finished. That's the shot. You've covered the vents on the roof now. Okay, that'll do. Now come back to me before someone spots you up there.
Will do.
Yep. Whoop. Oh, shit. I got fucked there.
Where did they bury him?
They buried him? Not as far as I know.
He's probably a John Doe then, right? What do you think? OD, shootout, maybe just a car crash, right? Anonymous charred remains on the highway. They only knew what a sick puppy they had on their hands.
Whoopsie daisy. He's not sliding down that that ladder.
Let's hurry this up, Mike.
Oh, shut up, Lester. I just loved. I just parked in the middle.
Here, take your glasses back.
Let's go back to the garment factory. I called ahead and told him to start setting up the information.
That's good.
So, what did you see?
Nothing that'll cause undue complications.
Yeah, it looked like a simple setup. Cameras broadcasting to a remote server. We might be able to wipe it remotely. Security guard on the door. He won't want to die for rich assholes who rub his nose in it.
Good. Alarm system's linked to the door. So we'll get through the window so when talented hacks it.
Sneaking up.
Well, the more valuable merchandise is in the cabinets in the center of the store, by the register, so I'd start there. Glass in the cabinets wasn't bulletproof, means you can smash them easy enough, but the stones will be in the safe at night.
So, we go in when it's open then?
Right. Once we melt down the gold, recut the rocks, that's an okay score.
Yeah, shame we can't go in after hours, man. Those vents look promising.
Might be able to flip that another way.
I'm listening.
Wait till we get back.
About the crew.
Yeah?
There's this kid who's been helping me. Maybe we could cut him in.
I don't work with amateurs.
He ain't an amateur. Or if he is, he's a gifted amateur about to turn pro. He's a good kid, Lester.
You know what they say. It's your funeral. One of them, at least.
There we go. Still backing up. Still backing up. Lester's sitting in the car as if I'm just driving normally. I'm just blocking the other cars for fun at this point. Hey, I'm driving the way that I'm supposed to be driving this car. There you go. I managed to back up the car the entire way back. Come on. We're in the home stretch. Yeah, boy. The entire way. That's pretty impressive, if you ask me.
Here are the photos.
Thank you.
Workers have their uses.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, let me set this up.
Nice to see the methods haven't changed.
Well, gotta figure out what we're doing somehow. All the crews, the rolls, prep work. Don't want to leave evidence behind on a hard drive.
Yeah, it's pretty bad.
The methods don't change.
Right.
It's pretty fun. I've been
Well, mapping out the options, showing you all the angles. That's
I've been trying out something fun
expertise.
with my different devices
That
to
your domain, my
make me
friend.
feel a bit more awake in the morning. Essentially, I want
There's two
to.
ways I see of doing this. We go in smart, or we go
I've
in
set
loud and
my
dumb.
devices to
Remember the
switch
Vince? If we're gonna
between
be
dark and
smart,
light
we
mode
pump a
depending
little
on the time of
knockout gas
day.
through the air system, then
So in the
hit the
morning,
cameras while
it's going to be
everyone's
light
out. You'll
mode,
have to source the
and
gas,
it'll
of course, but
be
crowd
nice and
control
bright.
won't slow you down, and that
But
might
in
improve the
the
take.
evening,
The cover is pest control,
like now,
so
it's
no one
back
will
to
look
dark
twice when
mode.
you're wearing
It's pretty
gas
nice, actually.
masks. It means getting a pest control van, though. You go in dumb, and you'll need your famous way with people and 4 carbine rifles. We can't buy them and risk them getting traced. No. We've got to find some in circulation. It's awkward. It's real awkward. But this is the gun favored by LSPD tactical teams, so one of their vans is probably a good place to look.
Nice.
A hacker can disable the cameras. The length of time depends on their ability. The alarm will be operating on the same window. The exit strategy is more or less the same for both options. The driver you pick will, of course, source some bikes. You come out of the store and make your way through the new subway tunnel they're digging off the Del Perro freeway. You lose the cops in there and meet a truck in the LS River.
All right, I want my guy Franklin on the getaway. He can handle a bike.
All right, if you vouch for him, I'll take the risk.
Cool.
So how do you want to do this? Run in through the front door or try to play it smart?
Smart. That's why we named the stream as we did today.
Ah, you've grown wise and cautious in your old age. Okay. Select personnel with that in mind. As ever,
Hold
the better
on.
they are, the bigger the cut. Now the driver, they'll source the bikes, lead you out through the tunnels.
Outlook. No, that's not it. OneDrive. That's where I wanted to go. Hold on. Trust me, this will be worth it.
You gotta make a call on this.
Heist. Shut up. What do you mean there's nothing under heist? It's not under heist. Actually, I know where it is. Hold on. There it is. Driver Kareem.
Ah, okay. This one's new blood. I've seen him drive, but I haven't seen him under pressure.
All right.
Guns. Now we're hoping to keep quiet. McReary? He was part of a well-known Liberty City stick-up crew. Small world.
Yep.
I got a good feeling about him.
Yep.
Hacker. Back office, but this
Fuck,
person
we
will
didn't wait
determine
long
how
enough. We
long
don't have
you get
Ricky.
inside.
Fuck. We fucked it up. We're not going to get all the money. You're supposed to wait, and then Ricky from Life Invader is going to get fired. Oh, that sucks. Oh, that's annoying. That's really annoying. Can I just stop the game here and redo this again? I mean, I should be able to. You know, we're done with the stream today because I gotta redo that part. We're not supposed to. We're supposed to have that guy. Okay. Right. That's not it. Close game. We're supposed to have another guy there. Forgot. It should have auto-saved to a certain point. The question is, when is that point? That's the real question. I don't know. But I hope to God it's enough that we can just fool around until the right guy calls. Ricky Lukens. The thing is, he only asked for 4%. And quite frankly, he sucks. And he will actually give you only a limited time compared to others. The good thing is, it's the exact time that you actually need in order to get one of the points to get 100% in the mission. Hold on, that's a Banshee. Yeah, boy. You know your boy wants a Banshee. You know what? Fuck it. I'm curious what other haircuts Michael can have. We need to waste some time too.
Look out!
There we go. But yeah, we need to wait for Ricky to message us. I messed this car up. That's bad. Bro! Okay, I'm hunting this guy down. That's what you get. No, you're not faster than this car. Bro, you drove into me at full speed. This is what you get. This is what you get. Oh, sorry about that. Oh, sorry about that. I didn't mean to do that. There it is. That's what you get. That's what you deserve, my man. Shouldn't have driven into me.
Shit!
Nice. All right, let's continue there. We need for him to text us. We need him to get fired.
No, that guy's stealing my bag.
Oh my God, this guy here.
Hey!
There we go. I got a gun and I got the lady's wallet. Bro, we can get a scooter? He just knocked that lady down.
Hello.
Here we go.
Oh, you are such a sweetheart. I'm not even from here. Thanks so much.
You're very welcome, lady. Hey, a bicycle. If we get a moped instead. Wait, where are you going, sir? Damn, he just drove into me. That's no good.
Yeah, who's this?
It's Ricky from Life and...
Ah, there he is.
I know you're the bro who deactivated Jay, bro.
Oh, I have no idea what you're talking about, pal.
What you do's your business, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, Jay really got a big head once people started calling him a god. Guess you proved he wasn't one. They reintegrated my team in Burundi after the design got signed off. And now, my shares ain't worth dick.
Sorry about that.
I need work. And I thought maybe you could provide. I mean, I'm smart enough to track you down, aren't I?
I guess you are. Hey, I'll be in touch if anything comes up.
There we go. That's what we're waiting for.
Hello there.
That's what. That's all we need to wait for. Oh. Lexington? You know what? I'm kind of digging the vibe on this. Give him the Heisenberg.
It should be fine.
The cuts are just her scissors just cutting into my skin. Stubble.
Thanks for stopping by.
Here we go. The Heisenberg. We need to try and stop by the other one as well, because now I need to see if I can get a goatee. Is there another one on the way that's perhaps nicer? No. Alright, I guess we're driving all the way up there. Bro, I need that Heisenberg. He is ready. He's heisting. That dome is getting cleaned off. That beard is getting cut on the sides. Don't worry though, I'll get there as fast as possible. And then we'll finish the Lester's thing. In fact, you know what? Once we're done that, we're done for the day. There it is. Use the wall a little bit. Who doesn't use the wall when he needs to turn really sharply on the bike? Oh. Don't.
You got lucky, buddy.
I also love that I don't even know whose bike this is. It was just in the middle of the street after I drove over some people. A couple pansies just driving out of there. The minute that they see me drive over one person, weak. Don't you dare be closed. I will be furious. There it is. Thank you. There is a Strangers and Freak mission, I believe, where a random encounter, I think, technically is. Where some people are trying to rob the store and you can save. There it is. That's the Heisenberg.
I love making people totes amaze.
I don't remember the theme song of Breaking Bad. Yeah, no, I'm happy with this. We got the Heisenberg, boys. The Heisenberg is ready for some heisting. We still got the suit, and it's not bloody anymore, so that's, I think it's a positive. Come on, get out of my way. Shit. Hold on, can I grab that instead? I want to drive that. I want to drive the big Vinewood bus. No, 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 no! You are to stay there, sir. That is my bus now.
What's going on?
That is my bus. I'm just gonna drive this to the garment factory. Look, Lester can sit in the back. Just be like, no, Lester, you have to sit in the back of this gigantic bus and act like a tourist as a driver like a maniac around town. This thing drive as fast forward as the other the other car drives backwards. There it is. I'm not even kidding, it just not drive fast.
Give me your fucking money.
Oh!
I'm just a lowly agent.
I ain't playing here, hand it over.
I didn't do anything
wanna die over this, bitch?
Bitch. I don't care. That lady can die in there. It's not on me to save every citizen who's getting robbed or mugged in this town, alright? I have tourists to show around this city. Tourists! Way more important than people getting mugged. I can imagine Lester just looking out like... No subtlety? None? Park it right in one of the spots. There it is. We can probably speed run the parts we already did. Just skip the cutscenes.
The hell is this place?
Garment factory. I needed a job that didn't require me to do anything apart from paying taxes.
Okay, listen.
Oh, he's already there.
The jeweler's is on Little Portola.
Lester didn't want to take the bus. I gave him a very nice bus with what I can only imagine is very comfortable seat. I haven't sat in the back, so I can't really know for sure, but I would imagine they're about as comfy as a grandfather chair or something like that. Like the ones that have legs that kick up.
They don't put witnesses up in multi-million-dollar mansions in Rockford
Well,
Hills.
boo-hoo for them.
Maybe they thought this would be the best cover.
And most witnesses don't transfer five-figure sums into a particular FIB agent's bank account every month. Of course, the money gets moved around and washed through a number of fronts, but the trail is there. Deposits and withdrawals, the same sum every month. Agent Dave Norton, white, middle-aged, divorcee, unremarkable career, except for one incident, the shooting
I feel like there would always be a trace.
Yeah.
One account sends to the other, that sends to another, that sends to another. Even if you manage to send it through like what seems like a legitimate business,
take these glasses.
Still the same money.
They're fitted with a camera and a radio relay. I'm gonna run the operation from the car while you're in the store getting what we need.
Sprint.
What's with the tooth?
You reading me?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, we need shots of the security features, the alarm system, ventilation, cameras.
There we are. I'm not allowed to sprint anymore. The game stopped me.
Sir, thank you.
Glasses are live, shoot away. The alarm keypad is on the left when you come in, on the wall by the side door. Shots come through. Camera, check. Alarm, check. Vent.
Bro, we're speed running this.
Come back to me.
I am going as fast as I can here. You know, we're not going to back up the entire way the other time.
Almost. I need to get eyes on the roof of the building. See where the ventilation comes out.
Drive us around the block. We gotta find a way up to the roof.
There it is. Now, I will try to block all traffic in doing this.
Look, there. Some construction.
Yeah, if they're gutting the place, I might be able to get to the roof.
Okay, it's one lane, but it's the best I can do. Still, it's pretty impressive.
So, you keep up with the old crew?
Well, after your death/disappearance, there wasn't much holding us together.
Yeah.
Why can I hear?
See him at all?
Because the door is open down there?
Tabs on him for a while. Needed to know that he didn't blame me.
Yeah, where'd he go?
North, south, east, west, wherever there were liquor stores to turn over and hitchhikers to disappear.
I'm on the roof.
Hear that?
All right, use the glasses to get me a shot of Angelico's roof unit. It'll be right above the store.
Boom. You know what I am?
Hey, I see the vent.
I'm speed.
Can you get any higher? I've pulled up a satellite image. It looks like the highest
Oh,
point is on the
he's about to crash on the side there. Not as smooth as the first time around.
We've got our shot of the Angelico unit. Looks good. Okay, that'll do. Now come back to me before someone spots you up there.
Will do.
Boom. Oh.
Where did they bury him?
They buried him? Not as far as I know.
He's probably a John Doe then, right? What do you think? OD, shootout, maybe just a car crash, right? Anonymous charred remains on the highway. They only knew what a sick puppy they had on their hands.
I'm DJ North
Oh! Oh my god. I lost precious time on that, but it was kind of worth it.
Let's speed this up.
It looked so goofy. Oh, Lester moved the car! Or it looks more like someone bumped into the car trying to move around.
The garment factory. I called ahead and told him to start setting up.
Move it.
Fucking dick.
There we go. Scratch it up real good. You don't let me pass, I'm scratching up your car.
Do complications.
Yeah, it looked like a simple
That's how this world works, man.
to a remote server.
You don't let me pass, I'm scratching up that car.
Card on the door. He won't want to die for rich assholes who rub his nose in it.
You're good. The alarm system's linked to the door lock.
There we go. Fast, boy.
Anything else?
Well, the more valuable merchandise is in the cabinets in the center of the store, by the register, so I'd start there. Glass in the cabinets wasn't bulletproof, means you can smash them easy enough, but the stones will be in the safe at night.
So, we go in when it's open.
Right. Once we melt down the gold, recut the rocks, that's an okay score.
Yeah, shame we can't go in after hours, man. Those vents look promising.
We're coming here a lot faster.
I'm listening.
I'm not driving backwards the entire way.
There's this kid who's been helping me. Maybe we could cut him in.
There it is. Skip, 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 skip.
Here are the photos.
Thank you.
And there's two. So how do you want to do this?
Thank
Run
you.
in through the front door or try to play it smart? Ah, you've grown wise and caught. Select now the driver.
Yep, Kareem.
Ah, okay. Guns. Now we're hoping. McRee. I got a good hacker. Back office.
This guy, Ricky. I met him at the Life Invader.
Finally.
He may not
Freaking
be
nailed
that
it.
good, but he's enthusiastic.
To restart the entire game.
Let's take a chance
Just
on
to
him.
get out of the mission so I can get the right hacker. Alright, that means next time we actually have to do the prep work that I thought we were going to do today.
I'll do some research on the pest control van and the knockout gas, and I'll be in touch.
Yes, good. I'll call you when everything's ready. You'll need to pitch it to the guys.
Whoa, what? My rep don't count for nothing no more.
You're a dead man, Michael. I'll call you.
Heisenberg will return. Oh, that's stupid. But that was well worth it. What's the time? Oh, nice! We got it in the time. We got a perfect picture. We freaking nailed the whole thing. Oh, but the bus is gone. All right, well, I'm calling Franklin real quick. Hey, kiddo, how you doing?
What's up? Hey, man, it's me, Michael.
What's going on?
Listen, I gotta get hold of the money for that house we pulled down, so I'm getting a crew together for, you can guess. The pay will be awful.
I'm pretty impressed. The new GPU, the average running time is 1.3, which
That's
is
not exactly a great sales pitch,
a bit higher than we like, but it's not bad.
Thank
1.4.
Maybe one day you could put together
But the
your
miss
own.
frames is sitting at 0.0.
There's still some preparation
That's
I gotta
good.
do. Sit tight for a while. My buddy Lester will get in touch with the details.
Alright, let me see if I can't... 2025. That's the one we want to update. Cool. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that is going to do it for tonight. I think we managed to get it pretty much 2 hours, almost 5 minutes off. Like I said, I don't think there's going to be another stream this week. There is, on paper, another Friday bar on Friday. It's actually like in the right time, this the right place in the month this week, so maybe there'll be a few more people. I don't know. But I guess based on how people are feeling on Friday, I'll figure out when I'll be there or not. Either way, I probably won't stream on Friday, so I'll be back on Monday. Maybe on Monday we'll do a VOD. I don't know. I feel like if I gotta do a VOD, I really gotta give it my all. I really gotta go all in. But then maybe again, over the weekend, I'm probably gonna play some Avowed, and like I'm gonna start a new save. It's gonna be perfect. Tithing will be freaking perfect. cool. Sorry, just got some work messages. It's a fun thing, having colleagues that work in completely different time zones, so you get work messages way outside your work times. And they're not even directed to you, it's just team messaging back and forth. Anyway, yeah, but maybe we'll do about Monday. I don't know. I want to give it some proper time, and I don't know whether 2 hours is enough. I always get surprised about, like, how long or how short 2 hours actually is. Like, if there's a game that I think is really cool and I'm like really invested, those 2 hours are gonna fly by and we're gonna get nowhere near as much done as I think we're gonna get done. I'm gonna have this plan in my head, like we're gonna get this and this far, and we'll actually play it and we get like half of that. Nevertheless, it's pretty cool. The new GPU is cool as well. Nothing is melted yet. I was a little bit worried because there's a little red light around the power port on the GPU itself, and it was showing red before I turned the system on for the first time in the new GPU. Sorry. But the minute I turned on the system, it went away. From what I could read up on, and this, I was like, oh no, is the cable's not seated properly? Because I feel like I was like extra careful to sit them right. It's gonna be perfect. But I read up online, and it seems like it's due to the power adapter. Because, okay, so my 3080, which is actually in the 5080 box, because I haven't sold it yet. I'm keeping my hands on it until I no longer have until I feel safe with the 5080, really. I don't think it's gonna burn the GPU or the PCU side, the power supply, although I have seen images of that. It seems as if the people who are actually using the adapter that comes with it are perfectly fine, but the little red light is because it doesn't think it's getting enough power, essentially. And that can be due to several different things. Usually it would be the fact that it isn't getting enough power, or the cable isn't seated correctly, which is when you need to worry. In this case, I think it's just because it's the adapter. The adapter gets the power through to the GPU, but it doesn't get the power directly per se. Or rather, the GPU is getting the power through the adapter, not the cables. So if the cables are not sending through the adapter yet, it's essentially thinking there's no power going in. But I will say, tiny note for my part, the 3080 as well as the 5080 here have an RGB strip. I don't know, it's a RGB line essentially. It looked better on the 3080. And it was smoother on the 3080. That I have to say. Performance-wise, the new GPU is much better. I managed to run until it crashed. Cyberpunk 2077 with path tracing. You have to understand, path tracing is like as tough as it's gonna get. On the 3080 that's in the box, it was like I had path tracing on whenever I was in photo mode, and it meant that even accidentally touching the button that goes into photo mode was just disastrous because it would take so long to load, and once it was finally in, it would take even more time to actually take a picture because of the path tracing, because it took so long for the GPU to render. It was so bad. It felt like the entire computer was gonna crash because of it. Nevertheless, it is pretty cool now to have the 58 in the system, because it seems as if it's able to run path tracing really, really well. I was able to run the game like maxed out everything with path tracing, and I was still getting somewhere between 60 and 80 FPS with DLSS set to balanced, which is fairly impressive to me, because to get anywhere near before, I would have to run at like the performance, the extra performance one, things like that. Like I would run balance on the 3080 only if I wasn't running any ray tracing. The minute I was running any ray tracing, and actually sometimes without it, just to get a nice stable 6 FPS, I would run with run DLSS in performance mode. There's also what's it called? Frame Gen, I think it's called. I don't remember. That one of the new features that's on the 50 and 40 series cards, where on the 50 series card you can go up to like 4 times frame gen, I think it's called. I don't remember. Point is, I haven't tried it and I don't think I will. I turned it on, but I think it's at 2 times. I set it at the lowest possible thing, because from what I heard, setting it to anything higher is just disastrous. So yeah, but it seems like it's working perfectly well. The only thing is the frame gen option in Cyberpunk is broken. You have to like turn it off and turn it on, and I think maybe you like restart the game in order for it to like actually show up. Like, even if you turn on frame gen, you'll know it's not fully on with a couple things. The easiest one to spot is that it'll ask you like, do you want ×2, ×3, or ×4 gen if you're on 50 series cards. But if you don't have that option, another way you can see it is if you go into benchmark mode. Once the benchmark is done, it'll like say, is it on or off? But even if you've seen it in the settings as on, it might say off in there. It's weird. It seems like it was an issue created by it turning in from a like on and off toggle to like turning between AMD's frame gen thing and Nvidia's frame gen thing, at least from what I came to understand. But still pretty cool. I think once I'm over my Avowed phase, I can get back into Cyberpunk. I do feel like I still need to give it a little time. I feel like it's been too recent that I finished Cyberpunk again. And as much as I want to see all the scenes again with path tracing, I think it's too soon for me to go back into Cyberpunk and replay that. Meantime, yeah, I gotta finish the Avowed again. I want to get the proper ending. I have all the important choices written down in terms of what I have to do. Okay, let's see what. There is the guy that I talked about that you gotta find in the first zone. Let him go, regardless which one. In the end, there are. Let me see here. I think 4 different things you can choose to do. I don't feel like this might be a spoiler. If it is, I'm sorry for you. I don't feel as if this is a spoiler, but in the end, you get the option between fighting for the Living Lands to become part of the Aedirian Empire. You can also fight for potentially, or for being kind of like the middleman between the Aedirian Empire and the Living Lands. They called it a Greyfram. Essentially, Living Lands would be able to choose their own laws and things like that, and they would get protection from the Aedirian Empire, and they would be kind of considered part of the Aedirian Empire, but kind of their own thing. And on paper, I really like that. And actually, I was like, as I was playing this, before I even got to this point, I was thinking that's kind of the perfect option in my mind, because I feel like I could be like the perfect person, the perfect middleman between the Aedirian Empire and the Living Lands. I've come to understand some of the issues of the Living Lands, and I feel like I could choose the right options for the Aedirian Empire to create a good collaboration. One thing I didn't think about is that throughout the game, the Aedirian Empire name gets smeared out more and more and more, to the point where there's one of the endings where the Daring Empire actually tries to do something good, but the citizens of the Living Lands simply have such a big distrust of these guys that it's hard to overlook everything they've done, and they're like terrified that one day that this good thing is going to turn around on them. So they're like constantly living in fear because the Daring Empire is still there, even though they've said they're stepping back. They're fearing that one day it's going to turn around and they won't simply be stepped back anymore. Which is some of the bad sides of the Graveframe thing. You also can choose to side with the Steel Garol. So if you really like them, despite the fact that I think they're insane, as you'll learn throughout the game, if you think they're really cool, as I saw someone on Reddit thinking, you could side with them. I know what the consequences are. I'm not going to say what they are, but there are some consequences for it. And then finally, I think it's the final option. You can choose to fight for United Living Lands, meaning the Daring Empire wouldn't be involved with the Living Lands at all. They would fully step back, and the Living Lands would be entirely on their own. But yeah, those are the options. In my opinion, the United Living Lands and the Graveframe endings are the best. Out of the two, the United Living Lands, from everything I can tell, is the best thing to go for. There are no major consequences for picking that option, despite the fact that there is some pushback for the potential of there being. Yeah, so we talked about the guy you gotta find, and then there is a sequence in the second zone that's pretty bad and really like underlines how bad the Steel Garol are. Like I said, you can stop them if you know what you're doing. Rather, you can't fully stop them, but you can stop them a bit. There is one part that I've kind of been confused about, because there is another choice that's kind of tied to it, and I don't know whether that second choice exists. If the first thing, if you've gone ahead and partially stopped the first thing, does that second choice exist as a thing that you need to make? If it isn't, cool. If it is, or if I do need to make it, then I'm ready. Let's see. Then yeah, there's the big heavy decision. That's the one I really paused over. Funny enough, like most of them are like, regardless of which one of, like, whether you want to choose the Graveframe ending or the Graveframe option for the Living Lands, or United Living Lands as an option, regardless of which one you want to choose, most of them have the same thing you need to do throughout the game. It's pretty simple. But there's a few of these where it's completely separate. This is one of them. In the one I talked about where I had to like really pause the game. Depending on which one you want to fight for, whether it's for United Living Lands or for you to become a Graveframe, regardless of or which, depending on which one it is, you should pick different things. For the one that I played when I recently finished it here yesterday, I picked the right one based on that. We'll still say overall, the United Living Lands is the best of these two options, so you gotta kind of work based on that. But I have written down what to do if I want to do Graveframe instead. I found that, funny enough, the option by if you choose to fight for the Living Lands in the end of the game, the option that is provided by Ludwig in that sequence is worse than the alternative option that's available there, which is kind of funny. Because if you choose to fight for United Living Lands, like there's no shot. It's Ludwig's choice. The only thing that I've been worried about, and I guess I gotta figure it out or try it myself. I don't know whether siding with Ludwig in that situation is gonna make her think that I'm on her side permanently, and it's gonna make me pick that all the way through. I don't know. I hope not, but I don't know. In the final zone, this one is kind of interesting because there are like two choices you have to make. There's a person down there where you're going that he wants you to do something, essentially. Now it's your choice whether you want to do it or not want to do it. But on top of that, you get the option of killing the guy who wants to do this. But I found that regardless of whether you want to fight for the United Living Lands or Greyfrim, just kill him. Just kill him every time. If you go for the United Living Lands, keeping him alive is somewhat alright, but in my opinion, just kill him every time. There's no good reason to keep him alive there. Just kill him. Let's see, but if you want to fight for the Living Lands, then you want to. Hey, Tricky Baby, how you doing? Welcome. No worries. I'm just talking about here. I've been playing it a shit ton, and I've been having a lot of fun with it. So I'm just talking about that. But glad you're here nonetheless. But what this guy wants to do, you can choose to stop him from doing, even if you kill him. You have the choice of continuing what he was trying to do or not do what he was trying to do. And I found that if you want to fight for United Living Lands, you want to not do what he wanted to do, but if you want to become a Greyfrim, you want to do exactly what he wanted to do. I really love that you came in when you did, because this is going to be even more confusing to you than anyone who might have been watching until now. Tricky Baby. I am legit just talking about it. I've been playing it since it came out. It's been so much fun. Talking about some of the things that I've come across. Talked about it earlier in the stream as well. To catch you up a little bit, the area that you're in is called the Living Lands. That's the area, so we're there. The map is divided up into zones, of which there are 4, I believe. Each zone has one major city. You are playing as in the game, you play as the Adirian Empire's, I'm like, I'm trying to explain here. You play as the envoy for the Adirian's Emperor. Emperor being as the ruler of the Adirian Empire. You have some people that are technically speaking on your side called the Steel Garrote. They are essentially I think the term is fanatic group. They're not particularly nice. They are extremist as well. That's definitely a term. At the end of the day, they serve themselves, and in my opinion, their interests simply align through much of the games with that of the Adirian Empire. But their actions should not be reflected upon the Adirian Empire, as they are completely separate. But yeah, so you play as the envoy. He's kind of like the right-hand man, I guess you can kind of say, to the Emperor. At least that's the way that I kind of took it, as pretty good. Meaning you're not as high up as you can be, but you're fairly high up. Like, you have some serious influence. It actually is kind of fun. NPCs do have a tendency to kind of react what you're doing. There is a... it happens in the first city, especially, that you're in, the first big city, that you'll come across rebels that have been killed. And sometimes the Adirian soldiers will go out there and they will look at what happened, try to figure out and essentially investigate the situation. There are times when there are blades around the body of the rebels, and you can pick those blades up. And if you do, the investigator will ask you what on earth you're doing, only for the Adirian guard to tell the investigator to shut the fuck up. That's the envoy right there. You do not talk to him that way. One of the big things that I kind of had to come to grip with in this game is how much choices matter. Because I'm used to playing like Skyrim or Cyberpunk, where at the end of the day, like, doesn't really matter too much what you say to different people. It's not going to have a huge outcome. Like, you do not need to have like a big ass spreadsheet to figure out what on earth is going on, and we need to say to certain people to get certain outcomes. In this game, you do. Kind of. You need to seriously get a handle on what you're saying to these people, because it will make a difference. But yeah, I feel like those are the basics. The first zone is kind of like a grassy zone. The second zone is more like a foresty zone. The third zone is like a desert zone. And finally, you have like a lava zone in the last one, which is pretty cool. The game is... I wouldn't fully describe it as open world. It's more like open zoned. So, like I said, the game is split up into zones. But within those zones, you're allowed to go anywhere you want. But it's really cool. It's really cool. It is not quite, but I think it's the closest thing that I found to scratching that itch that's been left by Skyrim for so long now. So that makes me really happy. I'm keeping my eyes on the Avowed Nexus mod page to see if there are some good mods that'll pop up. So far, nothing. Most of it cheats. And it's utterly uninteresting so far. There's a few performance fixes. There are some major performance issues that at least that I've witnessed. I know other players have as well. With the game crashing quite often, which I think is partially also why I've been a little bit on edge about streaming it, because it's like, you know, it kind of sucks if you're playing it on stream and it crashes after like 30 minutes. You have to restart it like 3 or 4 times throughout the stream. That's gonna suck. That's gonna really suck. So yeah, we'll see. I'm hoping I can kind of figure out the issues, because I know there are some people who have some theories, and some people have tried some stuff that's worked for them. So maybe over the weekend I can kind of get it all in order as I do my second full playthrough, I should say. Yeah, it's in that case we might play some Avowed on Monday. I am so excited to play some more of that game. I think it's gonna be a ton of fun. I have to get the right endings because it's so fun. It's so fun. I'm hoping, although I don't think anything's been announced yet, that there will be a DLC to the game. Because I think it would be really cool to have like some more content for the game. It's not that the game is like super short. I feel like it took me a couple hours to get through, but it's in hindsight, like it's not super long either. It feels like it's been pretty well balanced lengthwise, to the point where like it's not too long, but it also feels like if you like it, it's too short. You want some more content. Kind of fun. Speaking of the crashing thing, I was finishing up yesterday. I Like there was the final like end sequence stuff, and then the subtitles started running. I was like, oh, we're good, we're done, no more crashing, we're done. As the credits were rolling, the game crashed for like the billionth time that day. It's like, oh, come on. Please. Anyway, yeah, no. I'm sorry if I'm talking a lot about that game. It's been so much fun so far, and I will continue playing it. It was a big dilemma for me whether I should play Yakuza Like a Pirate, or rather, if I should buy that and Avowed, or just one or the other. In the end, I just bought Avowed, and I can honestly say I'm pretty happy with that purchase. I will most definitely pick up Like a Dragon Pirate Yakuza, without a doubt, but I'm not in a rush to do so. Also because, from what I can tell, the pre-order bonus that's available is either already is or will be made available to purchase later on, so I'm not really worried about that. I'm honestly, for the first time, I think I might wait for a nice sale. I don't feel like the $60 that it cost is like too much. I don't know. I have to get through this. This month we're coming into as well is like pretty hefty. There's 2 Point Museum. I've been enjoying the 2 Point series so far. I used to play Theme Hospital a lot as a kid. 2 Point Hospital I feel like is a great like spiritual successor to that game. It's really, really good. I own, but I still haven't really gotten around to playing 2 Point University, but 2 Point Museum actually looks really, really cool, and it does switch up some stuff that I'm kind of excited to see. But there's also Assassin's Creed Shadows is coming out here next month. I don't know if I'll pre-order it. I will say there are some, it's not cosmetics this time around, it's missions. And those missions could be like completely dull and boring, and I'll probably never play them. But it kind of sucks to like be completely locked out of a mission, I feel like. One thing is like cosmetics, but a quest? If it's a good quest, I want to play it. I was playing through Hogwarts Legacy not too long ago, and I finished it too. And I found this weird house that I saw there was a chest inside, and I wanted to go in there. It was in Hogsmeade, only to figure out that the reason I couldn't enter the house wasn't because I didn't know what I was doing. There literally wasn't a way if I was playing on PC, which I was, because the mission was locked to PlayStation only. Like, that's stupid on so many levels. It's like there was a cool chest, I wanted to loot, and I just wasn't allowed to get it because I wasn't playing on PlayStation. I'm sure that there probably is a mod somewhere that's going to allow me to get in, but the fact that I have to do that, it's stupid. It's stupid. Anyway, I have taken enough extra time away. I need to upload the VOD, and at this point, it's not going to be up until like 1 o'clock in the morning, or 1 o'clock in the night, whatever you want to say. Well, night is probably better. 1 o'clock in the night. Yeah. Like I said, I don't think I'll be back the rest of the week. And if I can get Avowed working stably, we're probably going to play that on Monday. Yeah. For now, thank you so much all for watching. Appreciate you coming by, Tricky Baby. Love to have you as always. And I'll see you guys on Monday. Bye.